transcript will be created.
Oh, I don't know what's it. Whatever. I just click enable. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you can see my PowerPoint. So I said that's another important way to find and know your ancestor. I think that is most I would say that's number 2 important. But in some ways, because they talk in more details about village people in Japu, so I will say in some way it's better than Japu. So that's what I'm trying. Let me. Okay. So, okay. So actually, can you see my words under the slide?
Yeah, your
Yes.
notes. I can view your notes.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you rather just to read it?
No, you could go.
No,
it's
you
better
go
if you
ahead
explain it.
To share.
and
Okay.
present the way that you want to present, and
Okay.
I can make do.
Okay, sure. So we all know the Japu is the way we can find our ancestor, but most of people don't know there is another important way to find and know your ancestor besides Japu. It is a village gazetteer. If you can find it, you can know your ancestor even more. So let's look at what is the village gazetteer, what do they contain, and where we find more details information of our ancestor. So what we will learn together is, what is village gazetteer, what contents of the village gazetteer include, and what type of information related to genealogy. So you can see. So since it's not real class, you already finished reading, so we just can come on. Okay. We know the country has the history. That's very common words. Country has the history. The place has a local gazetteer, and the family has a Japu. The local gazetteer mentioned here refer to the local history gazetteer. Village gazetteer are the important part of the local history, and there are the extension and supplement of a local gazetteer of a province level, city level. Okay, so that's the province level, city level, county level, and towns level. So the village gazetteer are the smallest grassroots self-governing unit of the local chronicle. And there are about 1.87 million villages in mainland China alone.
Wow.
So the village has different surnames. Simply put, if you know the name of the village where your ancestors were born or lived, the village gazetteer often contains a lot of most detailed information about your ancestors. The basic contents of the village gazetteer is what I just see. You can see on this screen. So I will go more details a little bit later, so you can see it. Let's open one of the village so we can see. So this village is called the Huxi Village Gazetteer. Okay, so this is a table of contents, and the green background is the part of the contents that are not related Japu. The yellow background highlighted are related Japu. Okay, so you can see they have so the village content is not exactly same than other gazetteer, other levels Gazateer, because that is a government. They have a certain content you must be included, but Village Gazetteer is not. So you can do whatever you want. It's depend on the village community. Village Gazetteer community decide what included, what not. Okay, so you can see the usage guide overview, and chapter 1, they're talking about village area, locality, climate. And chapter 2 is a village residential street and companies. So so if you can see it, so I don't have to read one by one.
Yeah.
So you can read it, right?
Yes.
So
So it's almost, and sorry to interrupt you, but it's kind of like when you say that it has the people that are living in the village and so forth, it could be this particular booklet. I don't know how often they are created or updated, but it could be that, let's say in 1980, I was living in this particular village, yada, yada, and it would capture that information about me, my family, and maybe my descendants, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
by the publication year.
Okay.
Okay. And then the village decide when they will create the next one. If they have like more people coming and so many things change, that they say, okay, we need a new village. There's no rules for village level gazetteer because it really depends on the village community.
Okay, so how active it is, how often it needs to be updated.
Yes.
Okay.
What included, what are not included is totally, depend on them. So this is other chapters, if you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did you see that here's a list of soldiers in the past dynasty from this village? They will see who at what time joined what war, something like that. And like this one, it's not really related. Like chapter 17 and 18, they're not related, genealogy. But look at here, the bottom is a household directory. And inscription and the photos.
Okay.
So I don't know if so you can see here as well. So they have a lot of lists as well. So let's go into one so we can see. So that is a brief history of events starting from Ming Dynasty to and then is also talking, the chapter 3 is talking about the people lived there. So did you see the underline?
Yes.
The short one. That's the surname they have. So this village they said here, right here, they said the 36 surnames. So they list what's a surname they have in this village.
Yes.
And who is the first person come to this village, and when, why, how move to this village. Okay, that's the one of the information. Another is a section of the main surnames. For example, surname Zhang. Surname Zhang, whoever listed, they listed this by the populations, how many people, lived in this village. So that is by how many people they have. So Zhang is the biggest surname in this village. And then they have detail tell you this surname information very detailed. Did you see those characters there?
Mm-hmm.
And then they also mentioned this generation poems right here. And this one is a Hui poem. Hui means some people have a Hui name. That's the name that when they died, they gave them that name. So see, you have to follow this generation to have that name. Okay, so that's the rule. So generation name and
And the Hui?
and the Hui in Chinese
Okay.
character,
Yeah.
we call it Hui, but it's a taboo name.
Okay.
Okay, they also, right here, you can see in the chapter 5, they're talking about the people, and the chapter 1,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not chapter 1, the section 1, there's a profile of famous people. So every famous people from this village will be listed, what, why, when, what they did, and we call them famous people, right?
So Lena, the famous people, could that be people who have made it, who are made it rich, or somebody who had discovered something or whatever have you, or a celebrity?
The famous in many other way. So they famous in something. For example, they have in the Qing dynasty they do like
that kind of fame.
and if they join some war, they become very and they died, or they become
Yes.
famous. And also if they have a higher rank of the leadership, that's famous as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So so this they okay, so like this one, section 2, they said the famous people in Mingguo period of time. Mingguo is before Republic of China, that part. Okay. And
Okay.
then see, did you see that in the intellectuals? And here's the forms, and then all the leaders, whatever they've been, all different level of the official title and the name listed as well.
Okay, so is this I see the date. So it goes back as far as it goes back, and then it becomes current as far as it becomes current then.
If it's not a current today, it's a current
in the last
on which day, I mean which year they created this
correct. Okay, I get that. Okay.
By then.
Okay.
Okay. So, and they also mentioned something overseas Chinese moved to Taiwan, and from this village, they moved to Taiwan from this village, and what they are working in Taiwan. And when this look a little like this one is from Brazil.
Okay.
Overseas. So, a list of soldiers of past dynasty, and so did you see which year, how many people?
Yes.
And okay, this is a household part. So they have a household name and a wife, daughter and a son. There's a name, there's a birthday, there's a address or where they worked, and there's a remark part. They also say, okay, when they died, and that this person, they said that it's 入赘. 入赘 means is it's not like normally like I married my husband, I moved to my husband's village. It's backward. My husband joined to my village.
Oh.
So that's called a 入赘. So anyway, so there's they have very pretty cool information that you cannot see this information from Japu. Especially Japu is mostly from big branch and then include the smaller branches. And they mostly include just the name and their birthday, death day, wife, and the children's name. That's probably it. But from there, you can see how rich how detailed information. Look at this. This is a household and a household wife, and his first son's wife, second son, second's wife, and then they have grandchildren here. And
Yeah.
then it's also on the remark part. They said which kids belong to first son, which kids belong to second son, or
Oh, I
something.
see the name. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I just draw the. So, and that's the one that this is another village, Gazateer. So you can see, I just give you a pause, you can see it.
Wow. Okay.
And then you can see, so this is a little bit different that they have one. So this village name is Houlin village, but they also mention the Dateng Xiacun and Xitian Cun, which is another village. That's normally is not make no sense because this is we're supposed to talking only Houlin Cun as well. And then later on, I'll explain because if when we will find out they also included another two village that the people move out from this Houlin Cun that we are talking about.
Oh, so they move out of Holin village
Yeah.
to Datang and
Houlin,
okay.
no. They all lived in Houlin
Okay.
village. And then someone moved to this, created another village, is
Yes.
this village. And
Okay.
another person go to this village. And so they included the genealogy information from this two villages as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, here's so you can see. So if you read a little bit Chinese, so you can see that is a biography and find the roots. Again, find the roots, and this part they will tell you which surname come from where, when, how.
Okay.
Why.
Okay. Going
And
back. Yeah.
here is a branch genealogy chart. It's from first generation to 33 generation. This is a pure genealogy records. So, they have names, the first generation, second generation, this, well, for this surname is a 33 generation. For those, so they have from 50 to 5 generations. It's all different. And then they have a details, biography of the genealogy part. See, did you see that? How many generations they have?
Wow.
So this also include those kind of information. And this one, this one.
There's a lot of
A
information.
lot of, and then I explain more how to find the information from this, finding rules on this chapter. You can find out from this description. And then, I talk more detail, just to help them how to catch the key things. You don't have to read everything. You have to catch some key words, and then so you know why they are coming from and who, when, something. It's a more detailed thing. And so this explains why there's another two village included.
Okay.
Because this one is reason from this reading, and they also have a generation letters right here, shows the same generations as well. And
and then they have the tree. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
This is a big book.
No, it's not. It's
how thick is it?
I tell you how many. Let me see here, if I can see. totally 210. Did you see here?
Okay, so it's still a pretty good sized book.
Well, this one is,
Yeah.
oh, no, this is the first one. This is the first one is 2-1. And the second one, I didn't show you.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't show you. Normally, Village Gazetteer is not like it's not that thick.
Okay.
Just one single book.
Okay.
Definitely not. There's no second one. But anyway, so and then I shared where we can find the Village Gazetteer, and
Oh, so
so some website, and I tell you my favorite place to purchase this book, and how to do it. I got is very in detail, and I ask you. The best way, fastest way is to just visit the village, and then just you guys, go to China to get a jiapu.
yeah.
And next time you go there, ask a village gazetteer. And mostly Guangdong and Fujian villages, they have a village gazetteer. They
But
keep-
Zhongshan is very different, huh?
well, Zhongshan is not a village. You
But
have
that
to
part,
know.
where all the like where we're from,
Right.
they speak Longdu, They
Yeah.
speak a
So
different-
you have to find out the lowest administration, which is
Okay.
a village level.
Okay.
So as long as you know the village name,
Yeah.
you just go to that village, ask a village gazetteer. As you
So-
don't have to go to Zhongshan County or a city to find it.
Okay. So
You know-
what is it called in Chinese?
村志.
That's in Mandarin, right?
Yeah.
How about Cantonese?
I don't speak Cantonese. I do not know. So I can send the text about these two characters, so you can find somebody.
Okay, I'll find somebody that. Okay.
And then
could you write
yes,
down,
I got some questions. Yes,
could you write down those characters in the chat
yes, right. Okay, let me see.
if you can, because this way it'll be easier.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this. Stop here. I mean,
Okay.
I almost done, so it's done. Okay. So others, I just answered some common questions. So that's done. So I'm gonna stop.